My name is Sarah Cummings, and I use she, her, and hers.
My name is Dakota Bozeman. I go by he, him, his pronouns, and I am a bisexual trans man.
Oh, did you want me to say that I was a cis heterosexual?
If you want.
Woman?
That's what I asked originally. I was like,
and
you are? You are? My mother.
I'm your mom.
Yes. But it's fine.
Sorry.
Heteronormativity at it again.
Exactly.
Do you remember offhand, like, the first time I came out to you?
Yes.
When I came out as bi, it wasn't really a huge concern.
Honestly, I actually don't even remember like exactly how you came out because it was just kind of a non-event for me.
I wanted to be so casual about it when I told you the first time in the car. I was like, I could like girls, mom, and you were just like, okay, and that's like that was like perfect. So that went totally how I wanted it to the first time around.
Okay.
When I came to my gender identity, like, was there a point you knew about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't with you, unfortunately, and sometimes I carry a lot of guilt with that. I realized it when I had your sister, your little sister. So seeing the differences in you being 3 versus your sister being 3, that's what I knew for sure. So, but like I said, I do carry a lot of guilt because it's not that I didn't believe you or I was in denial or anything like that. Like, I definitely believed you and what you were feeling.
Yeah.
But I feel like I realized it was more biological and almost even instinctual when I compared you to your sister.
Tell me how you were feeling that whole event of me coming out as trans. Like, I know it wasn't super glamorous or anything, but...
So you sent me an email.
Yeah.
And the subject line was, sit down for this.
Yeah. I just, like, did it. Like, I did it on an impulse, pretty much.
I thought you were going to tell me you were pregnant.
As you were picking me up, I was like, did she read it? Did she read the email? And then, like, nothing really came from it. And then, like, a week later or something, you kind of just sat down and you were like, by the way, I got your email. I'm not really ready to talk about it yet. And I was just like, okay. And so, like, that's kind of the state it was in for a while.
Yeah.
Was not really knowing exactly how you felt about things, just that you weren't mad or anything, I guess.
No, yeah.
What I was, like, most concerned with at the time.
That I would be mad at you?
Like, not even mad, just kind of... Maybe mad at me not telling you earlier, or, like, just that it was a thing at all. Like, it's hard to say, but...
I was a little, like, looking back on it, a little sad that you felt you had to do it in an email.
Yeah.
Instead of face-to-face. Like, what could I have done to make you more comfortable to do it face-to-face?
Well, it was the other thing, too, where I think it wasn't necessarily me being trans, like, that I was afraid of you knowing about. It was more or less, even if you knew I was trans, I was afraid you wouldn't accept the things I wanted to come from that. Because obviously, I wanted to physically change this, and it's what I'm doing now. And I was afraid that you would tell me then and there, like, I support you, but I don't support you going through transition. And, it's at that point, I'm like a teenager, like, hating myself pretty much.
Right.
And it's like, well, if that's the case, and I don't have support from you or anyone else, like, really, then what am I going to do?
Right.
And so that was, like, that's what I was mainly afraid of.
Got it.
I have no idea where I'm going right now.
You're fine.
This is
I won't
60,
let you
right?
get... No, but I won't let you get lost.
Okay, cool.
What would you wish any trans child would experience from their parents or get from their parents?
Just patience more than anything. Like, specifically when it comes to, like, oh, I want to go by this name now, I want to go by these pronouns now. It's like, the parents don't understand that that's something that has been, like, thought over endlessly for this person for, like, probably multiple years.
Yeah.
And then to the parent, it feels like, oh, why are you suddenly like changing all these things about yourself and yada yada yada. And really, all it is, it's just that the person who's changing their name / pronouns is that they've reached that like breaking point of like, okay, I need to do this for myself now, so that I can start living as the person I am.
Right.
And I think for anyone that's not trans, they don't understand that it's not an overnight thing. You know? Like there's a lot of struggle you have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think for parents with trans kids, it's definitely just like you need to listen and be patient with what they're going through, you know?
Yeah. I remember when I was having my doubts and thinking that, you know, maybe this was trendy or what kids were doing. And the comment that you made that really resonated with me was no person would ever want to deal with the scrutiny and the inner turmoil and what a trans person goes through.
Yep.
And like that made a whole, it was like things like clicked then, like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense to me. I can understand that.
Yeah. What do you think it's like to be trans from your perspective?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would imagine it probably feels like living in a constant secret. Not even that you have to keep it a secret, but because you're not living out maybe fully to what you feel or what you are, that you're like forced in this secret or this difference. I think it would feel like being imbalanced, or like not imbalanced with what you see in the mirror versus what you know you are. I could definitely feel like there's a lot of internal struggle there. Well, I'm sure there's not only the secret then, but then the element of fear involved.
Yeah,
too.
for sure. Because I have no idea at any point if someone realizes I'm trans and if they are going to be actively aggressive towards me about it, you know?
Right, yeah.
Do you have fear for me then, like in my day-to-day?
Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. That's a constant concern is your safety. The other fear is suicide. I say suicide is my biggest enemy, and so I just try to, hope that we have open communication, and that you have the support and the love.
I mean, I'll quell your fears right now and say that I'm not suicidal. So
I know, but it's still.
No, yeah, I get it. It's
I mean, it's.
Yeah, let's we'll try and shift gears to not so negative. I guess kind of, how do you think me coming out has like helped our relationship together?
I think we talk more openly, obviously. We've always been fairly close. Because we grew up a little together. You were my child for the first 2 years. I didn't have to share you with anybody.
Yeah.
So I would say, everybody goes through those awkward early teenage years where you get quiet from your parents.
Yeah.
But I've always felt a very close bond with you. What is the question you wished I would ask you? As your mom, what do you wish I would ask you?
I'm not sure personally what questions you have for me in the first place.
Well,
and
I've
I
asked
feel
them all.
like, and I feel like I'm open enough with you that I don't necessarily want you to ask me anything, because I would just tell you. I'm not waiting on you for you to give me one question that like is like the weight off my shoulders type thing. Like,
Gotcha.
to me, I think we're open enough to where I can say just about whatever's on my mind about things. And so I think, we have this like open communication between us, where it's whatever question we have for the other, it's
There.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Is that all you have for me?
That's all I had for you, unless
All right.
there was something else you wanted me to ask.
No.
Okay.
That's good. Thanks for interviewing me.
Thank you for letting me ask the questions.
Yeah.
All right. Love you, kid.
Love you too.